Hey Army, it's Heidi Allen, founder of the Positive People Army. Welcome. Oh my gosh, we had over 500 people join the PPA last night. I did an interview on the global news. They did this wonderful, incredible segment on exactly what the PPA is. And so many of you within seconds took a moment to join and come and find out exactly what the PPA is. So, oh my gosh, congratulations. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining the Positive People Army. As I mentioned in the new segment that I did yesterday, the Positive People Army is this really incredible, beautiful, amazing space. It's a space. And why I say it's a space is because it's filled with energy and it's filled with people from all over the world. And we're using social media to connect with each other. There are so many people that joined last night. Again, over 500 people joined last night. There are so many people that joined last night, and many of them mentioned, I was going to take myself off of social media. I'm done with social media. It's so negative. There's so much negative stuff. It's so amazing to find a place where positivity exists. And that's why I call it a beautiful space, because every single human being in this space has taken ownership to live and be committed to living a positive and happy life. And you know what? It's not easy all the time. It's not easy. And so all of us in this incredible space continually on a regular basis talk about that. We talk about how to get through some of these emotions, how to lean into them, how to learn from them, how to grow from all these emotions. Because positivity, guys, it's not happy-go-lucky. That's not what positivity is. It's about embracing every single emotion that we go through on a regular basis and learning from it and growing from it. So today, I'm going to take a moment to actually introduce myself. I know there's so many Army members. Hello, Mia. Hello, fabulous Mia. Mia is actually one of the Positive People Army leaders. And all of you that are new to this space are going to start finding out a whole bunch about what this Army is all about, what our mandate is, what our mission is, exactly what it is that we're doing here in this space and the movement that we're creating. Hello, Caroline, another one of my gorgeous leaders has joined us here. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about exactly what the Positive People Army is, where this came from, because last night I had a lot of people reach out to me, and I'm going to do my best to get back to all of you as quickly as I can. Thank you so much for reaching out and saying such beautiful, kind words to me. But you see, I mentioned it in the segment last night that the Positive People Army came from a drive. It came from a drive that I have had inside of me my entire life. Since the moment I started talking, I've felt I was supposed to make a big difference in this world, a difference, a positive difference, and I had no idea what that positive difference was supposed to be. So I've been on quite a journey my entire life, and I've gone from one career to another, one career, not job, one career to another, always looking for what is it and how am I supposed to be making this big difference? And the thing is every single career that I have had, from a professional photographer to owning a wedding gown store to a radio co-host to I was on television, lifestyle editor of a bridal magazine, producer of television. Like, there were so many different jobs that I've had, so many amazing careers, and each one of them had their own thread, that commonality where I was making a difference in people's lives in one way or another. But at the height of every single one of those careers, where most people would have said, I'm set, I got this, this is good, I am set for life, I've got this really great career, most people would have stayed there. But I didn't. And the thing is, I couldn't because this drive inside of me, it was like this constant voice inside my head saying, this isn't it. It's bigger than this. It's bigger. You need to touch more people. You have to go after more people. It's about something even bigger, Heidi. And so there have been many different things that have happened, but the very last job that I had, I was a producer at the Marilyn Dennis Show, and there I was making a really great difference. I was doing makeovers on women, and so that anytime you do a makeover on someone, it does make a difference in their life. But they were letting me make this much of a difference, and I wanted to make this much of a difference. But there was one issue that happened this time. You see, this time, when that feeling came up again, that drive that I had to make this ginormous difference in life, I had no idea what the next step was supposed to be. And so I decided that there was only one other woman that was working in television, because I did love working in television. There was only one other woman that was working in television that was making a huge difference. And of course, we all love her. I love her so much. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey was making an amazing difference. So I decided, I'm not lying to you, I decided I was going to go work for Oprah Winfrey. So I researched exactly how to do this. I researched, and I even got in touch with a producer there, and she said to me, you've got to get her attention, and the best way to do it is to write a really great cover letter. Like, it needs to be the letter of all letters. So I took a week. And every day I worked on this letter, every single day, tweaking, changing the paragraph, making sure I was saying exactly what it is that I wanted to do and that I wanted to help her make this huge difference. And so when I finished the letter, I printed it off. Sometimes when you print things off, you can actually see if there's any mistakes that you've missed instead of on a computer screen. And thank goodness I did. I printed it off, and when I read it, for the very first time in my life, Army, I hesitated. And I've never hesitated ever in my life. I have always, whatever I've set my mind to, whatever I was going to do, whatever it was, I'd be a driving force until I got it. And I've told you, like my CV, like literally, I have had an amazing career. And so I was like, that's it. I am definitely going to get this job. So I printed it off, and now I've hesitated. Good morning, Sarah. So many people keep saying good morning, and I'm so sorry. Rhonda, Sarah, good morning to all of you. So I printed it off, and I've hesitated. And I knew in that moment that I had two questions that I had to ask myself. Number one, and these are questions, when these moments come up, Army, that we have to question ourselves. We have to be true to ourselves. So I asked myself, number one, do I think I could get the job? I have to tell you, there has been nothing in my life that I didn't think I could do. That wasn't it. I knew if I wanted this, I would not stop until I got it. Number two, did I want the job? That question, that single question, put me into a breakdown for 7 months because I didn't want the job. And now, not knowing what it was that I wanted to do, now I had no idea what I was supposed to do. I have searched and gone on a journey my entire life for this. I'm going to make a big difference. And now I had no idea how to do it. And it's that feeling of like, I'm failing. It's a feeling I'm scared. There's a lot of fear. All of it came up. Every ounce of it bubbled up. And that put me into a dark breakdown depression for 7 months. In that time period that I'm in this breakdown and I'm lost, I'm so lost. What am I supposed to do? I know I'm supposed to do something. I would say to my husband, I know I'm supposed to do this, but what am I supposed to do now? And he's like, you'll figure it out. You're going to figure it out. I had a beautiful mentor friend that came into my life. I hadn't seen her in over a year. And she said, I have to see you. For 2 weeks, Heidi, I have not been able to get you out of my mind. And I have to see you. So I went to see her. And I didn't want to give in. I didn't want to let her know just how bad things were and how I was feeling. But she knew. She knew before I even walked in her house. And so for 3 hours, she sat with me and I told her how I was feeling. And she said to me, Heidi, you have had this light and this drive and this vision, and you know you're supposed to do this, but you've been looking out here, which a lot of us do, Army. A lot of us do this. We look out here, we fill our lives with so much activity. We fill our lives with jobs, careers, family, dance classes, chores, whatever it is. And we're looking out here. And she said, you need to stop. You need to start looking in here. So for the next number of weeks, it was a couple of months actually, I started looking in here. And the way I did it was she guided me to have a meeting with myself every single week. Have a meeting. How many of you do that? How many of you take a moment to have a meeting with yourself? Not meetings at work, with your family, your appointments, doctor's appointments, going to the gym, whatever those appointments are. Are you making appointments with yourself? Well, I made an appointment with myself. And every single week, with this pad of paper that my mentor Madeline gave to me and 2 beautiful blue pencils, I started trying to figure out what this was. And week after week, I would write what I loved, what I hated, what I liked, what I disliked, what I thought this was, what maybe I wanted to do. I don't know what it was. I just kept writing. And week after week, the more I was asking questions, the more I was putting questions on paper. Please help me. I need to know what I'm supposed to do. I need the answers. Is this it? I would write and I would write. And every single week, opportunities came into my life. People, you know those moments when someone says something to you and it makes you stop in your tracks. And it's like, why did you just say that to me? And it's like, I don't know. I don't know why I said it. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. I needed to hear that. So one thing after another. Then one afternoon, my husband was trying to make me feel better. He's the most lovely human being. And he took me to the Pilot. It's here in Toronto. And they play live jazz on a Saturday. And he said, we should go there because the manager's birthday is today. And I said to him, how do you know it's the manager's birthday at the Pilot? Like, we do not go there that often. I said, how do you know this? And he says to me, 2 years before, Heidi, 2 years ago, we were there and he had told me that it had been his birthday and I don't know what made me do it. But of course, see, the universe, Army, is always working for us, always working. I wrote it in my calendar 2 years ago and it's popped up today. And I said, okay, then let's go to the Pilot. So we went to the Pilot, we listened to the live jazz and it was amazing. And after it was all over, Musad came over to us and he said, can I get you guys your bill? Are you done? And I said, Musad, no. We would like to buy you a drink. And he said, why do you want to buy me a drink? And I said, Musad, because it's your birthday. And we would like to celebrate and say happy birthday to you. Army, these moments when you take the time to try and figure out what the universe is trying to tell you, it will tell you. Because in this moment, when I'm trying to figure out what it is that I'm supposed to do, I watched this human being transform in front of me. He went from just a regular day at work to a human being that made a connection. He became elated, happy, joyous, grateful. He was so grateful. And it was like he was skipping. And I felt this shift of energy happen. I felt it. And I looked at my husband and I said, do you feel this? Do you feel this moment? And he said to me, yes. I said, this is what I'm supposed to do. And of course, my husband, being so silly, said to me, "You're supposed to walk around wishing people a happy birthday." I said, "No, I'm not supposed to wish people happy birthday all the time. It's this connection, this sharing thoughts, acknowledging people, letting them know there's more to this life. This is what I'm supposed to do." So, sorry. So, I left that day and I continued with my pursuit of now knowing I'm supposed to connect and do this. And so what ended up coming up was that this was a blog. This was a blog, and I needed to write my stories. I needed to connect and get really super vulnerable and get comfortable with being vulnerable. And so one day, and during one of these meetings, I decided it was going to be a blog. And my husband said to me, "What are you going to call this blog?" I still can't believe this happened, but 3 words were on this piece of paper, on this pad: positive and people and army, in 3 different sections. And I still have no idea why. Truly divine intervention. I strung them together: positive, people, army. And the moment I did this, the moment I felt my entire life shift. It's that aha moment. It's that climactic scene in the movie where the music comes on. Oh, that's what it felt like. That's exactly what it felt like. And I said to him, "This is it." And he's like, "But what is this?" I said, "Oh my gosh, I really don't know, but I think we're going to find out, because this is it." So I launched the blog 2 years ago, and I started writing, and people started coming. They started reading, they started sharing. Other people started sharing their stories. And you know, you call something an army, you're self-prophesizing what's going to happen. The army's going to come. And they did. They started to come. And then as I celebrated 1 year with the army, I went out for a drink with a girlfriend, and I said, all these people, these amazing people are contacting me and talking to me. Everyone's talking to me, but I feel like I need a place. I need a place where all these people can talk to each other, but I don't know what that is. Is it a forum? Do I need a web person? What is that? And she says to me, "Heidi, you just need to start a Facebook group." And I was like, "What's a Facebook group?" I had no idea what a Facebook group was. But so I researched it, found out what a Facebook group was, and I started it. So a year ago, the end of January that just passed, I started a Facebook group. And like I said in the segment, if you watch the Global News segment, I said in 24 hours, there was 1,200 people in it. And I'm not going to lie, I cried for about 2 days. I was like, what is happening? What? Here we go. And now the Army has celebrated a year with the group, and we are well over 15,000 people. And like I said, over 500 just joined last night. So here we are. We are now this incredible movement. We are a movement, a positive movement where we share and we support. And my God, we spread positive energy. Like, it's the greatest force that has ever happened. And we have one mission, Army. We have one mission together. Our mission is to spread positivity like the most beautiful virus, to take this planet back. Negativity, you're done, because there is now an army that is growing daily to make sure it disappears, because we have a massive mission now. So, to all of you beautiful human beings that have just found us, and to all of my dedicated, amazing, positive people army that, oh my gosh, I'm inspired by you on a daily basis. Thank you. Thank you for all being here. We did it. We're doing it. So spread this. Invite your friends. It's time for all of us to do this together. So tell me your story. I want to hear your story. How are you practicing positivity? Because now you have an army of positive people behind you, beside you, right in front of you. Thank you for listening to my story today. Please share it and invite your friends. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mia. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.